We are not alone. Chicken Soup for the Soul, Mary L. Miller. After my husband died suddenly from a heart attack on the tennis court, my world crashed around me. My 6 children were 10, 9, 8, 6, 3, and 18 months, and I was overwhelmed with the responsibilities of earning a living, caring for the children and just plain keeping my head above water. I had a wonderful housekeeper to care for the children during the week, but from Friday night until Monday morning, the children and I were alone, and frankly I was uneasy. Every creak of the house, every unusual noise, any late-night phone call, all filled me with fear. I felt incredibly alone. One Friday evening I came home to find a big beautiful German Shepherd on our doorstep. The animal gave every indication that he intended to enter the house and make it his home. Where did this obviously well-cared-for dog come from? Was it safe to let the children play with a strange dog? Seemed gentle, he still was powerful and commanded respect. I agreed to let him sleep in the basement until the next day, when we could inquire around the neighborhood for his owner. That night I slept peacefully for the first time in many weeks. I made phone calls and checked the lost and found ads but with no results. German made himself part of the family and good-naturedly put up with hugs, wrestling, and playing in the yard. Saturday night he was still with us and again slept in the basement. On Sunday we went on a picnic and decided to leave German as home, in case his owner were to turn up. When we stopped for gas, we were amazed to see German racing up behind us. He not only raced the car but jumped onto the hood, and put his nose on the windshield, looking directly into my eyes. No way was he going to be left behind. Monday morning, I let him out for a run while the children got ready for school. He didn't come back. We were all disappointed. We were convinced he had gone home or been found by his owners. The next Friday evening, German was back on our doorstep. Again, we took him in, and again he stayed until Monday morning, when our housekeeper arrived. This pattern repeated itself every weekend for almost 10 months. We grew more and more fond of German, and we looked forward to Friday evenings when he would arrive. We stopped looking for his owners, he belonged to us. We took comfort in his strong, warm presence, and we felt safe with him near us. When we saw German come to attention, perk up his ears, and heard that low growl begin deep in his throat, we knew we were protected. As German became part of the family, he considered it his duty to check every bedroom and make sure each child was snug in bed. When he was satisfied that the last person was tucked in, he took up his position by the front door and stayed there until morning. Each week, between German's visits, I grew a little stronger, a little braver and more able to cope. Every weekend I enjoyed his company. Then one Monday morning we patted his head and let him out for what turned out to be the last time. He never came back. We never saw or heard from German again. I think of him often. He came when I needed him the most and stayed until I was strong enough to on alone. I believe German was sent because he was needed, and because no matter how abandoned and alone we feel, somehow, somewhere, God sends what we need, when we need it, and for as long as we need it. We are never really alone, are we?